Boeing update here on the 16th. I'm really starting to like Boeing a lot here. I actually started a position myself here in the low 154s like a minute ago. Bought 150 shares there. You can see here on the standard deviations, we're at the very bottom of, on the weekly standard deviation, which is a very good sign of where to buy. I have this as wave 1 right here. The reason this is not a fifth wave is this took about 4 months. This took about 3 months. I don't think a fourth wave would take as long as the first 3 waves. Therefore, I think we're in a B wave here. I think this is some kind of B wave. And for that reason, I think this is going to rebound. It should rebound pretty hard. I don't know what's going on with the actual news of the stock. I haven't been looking. I'm doing this strictly off the charts. But this did not hit the 0.5 retracement at all. Came to the 0.38, hit this supply zone here at 197. I'm looking for something up here to at least 207, potentially all the way up here to 240, and then there's a gap fill in a demand zone or supply zone here at 243. I know it seems like a lot, but based on what I see in this B wave, I would say a good target would be about 220. But again, it doesn't really matter to me what it goes to. It just needs to bounce. Another thing that made me buy, you have monthly demand right below here at 150 to 120. If I'm wrong and it keeps on going lower, I can average down in this area right here, and surely it's going to get a bounce from there. The overall target for this on the downside, there is a downside target here. Long term, potentially down to 55 bucks. So that is something to keep in the back of your mind. But let's just break this down. One third wave would come all the way down here to potentially 115. Let's just see if we came from 220, and it might go past there too, obviously. 115, maybe bounce to 125, 130. And so yeah, it might not go all the way down to 55 bucks. Maybe it will. There's a gap fill here at 70 bucks. And you can see here my projection takes us to 74 for 5 waves. So it might only come down here to 75 bucks. But that still means that we are looking at this regardless. ABC like that. The whole thing would look like basically like this. So you can see why I'm buying here, because I don't think this is going straight down here. It's got to have one more bounce up into here. I think 200 to 220 is a reasonable spot for it to land. And so, yeah, perfect spot to buy. And so I'm buying here, and I'm leaving some money for an average down in case I'm wrong and it comes all the way down here to, let's say it goes down to 135. The max it can go based on projections for a B wave actually is 141. So let's just say I get it wrong and it goes to 141. I still think that would go all the way up to, you know, maybe up here to 230, 220 or something like that. So again, I think that the first wave ended. We're looking at a second wave pullback here and then a big move down. We'll see if this goes down much lower though. If the market sells off hard into the elections, this might go down to like 140. maybe lower than that. But that's not going to scare me because I think a big bounce is coming after that. So that's my breakdown of Boeing. There's a gap down here at 70 bucks that's probably going to hit in the next few years. And then after that, we'll see what happens. But right now, just focus on the second wave and a potential, what is that, like a 30, 40, 50% gain potential. So we'll see if I'm right or not. But either way, good buy here. And I'll save some dry powder for if we fall to 130, 140.